Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling National Champion Ridge Lovett.
Oh my goodness.
It hits up.
Short time.
Right down to the wire.
Time.
And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho, is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his 6th year, a title winner.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction and the Teammates Mentoring Program. With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett.
Welcome to Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. First, I'd like to tell you about our sponsor, Stevens & Smith Construction. Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket is sponsored by Stevens & Smith Construction. Stevens & Smith Construction is an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. Stevens & Smith has locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City. You can learn more today at stevensandsmith.com. If you got any comments or questions, you can be a part of the show by texting our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685 or by leaving a comment on our Facebook, X, or YouTube stream. You can also call into the show on the Honda of Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685. Joining me today on the show is my roommate, Adam Tebow. What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy? Glad to be back. I was here last week and happy to do it again. It was good, so.
Yeah, so we're running this show from the pre-recording from the new podcast studio. What do you think?
I think it's super nice. This is last week was my first week here, and I was pretty blown away. I've only seen it just walking down. Is it on O Street? Is that where we're at?
Yep.
Yeah, just walking down O Street, kind of seeing it through the window. It looked pretty nice, but then after being inside, I was pretty impressed last week with the setup, and then this week with the podcast studio. Everything in here is pretty top notch.
Yeah, DP does a good job. He
Yeah,
got it. He got
the
that ball
best,
rolling.
for sure.
DP's the GOAT. Yeah, so I guess we can start it off. We got transfer coming in.
Dude, Chance Lamer wrestled at Cal Poly in Michigan. What, 3-time NCAA qualifier or 4-time?
3-time, I believe.
3-time. Yeah, weight class kind of cleared out a little bit this year. Obviously, Ridge being gone. I think it's a very real possibility. Slate him as an All-American before the season starts.
Mm-hmm. So with him, with the transfers and the credits and everything, he's gonna have a little bit of work to do this summer.
Right.
That's what the coaches were saying.
That's what I've heard.
I don't think he's gonna be able to wrestle until mid-season. He's gonna be second semester.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Which to me isn't that big of a deal.
No.
I mean, Big Ten season is really when things start getting serious anyway. And I don't know if it was on air last week or maybe me and you were just talking about this the other day. It was with Silas's stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beneficial to start later on in the season.
I think so too. Just because getting into the Big Ten season, it's such a grind, and every single kid that you're going to wrestle is going to be in the top 10, and being able to prep for that beforehand and not have to be prepping and cutting weight and doing all the stuff in the first half of the season, and just really being able to really focus on the bulk of the season. Because apart from in first semester, apart from Vegas, it's not that you're not wrestling the top dudes every single week.
No, for sure not wrestling the top dudes. But first of all, our room is super deep, so just going in and practicing super hard every day, your body's going to be beat up. This is one of the first years that I've been here, which has been the last 4 years, where I didn't think the preseason was super difficult, but normally we really get after it in the preseason. Mm-hmm. Every day in the room, you're wrestling a hammer. And then Vegas is tough. We don't have super tough matches early in the season, but, Vegas is tougher than most conference tournaments. I'd say pretty much every conference tournament besides the Big Ten.
Personally, I think that I would slate Vegas in as third toughest tournament, maybe second toughest, depending on weight class.
Yeah.
Because
easily.
In the top three, depending on what weight class you're in, I feel like they can kind of change.
Yeah, for sure some weight classes are deeper than others, but regardless, whenever you think of the toughest tournaments, regarding nationals, you think Big Ten Conference, you think Vegas, and
the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Those are really the three. The Midlands used to be pretty good.
Southern Scuffle used to be pretty good.
Scuffle used to be tough, but those
kind of went
really
away after COVID.
down.
Well, I don't even know if the Midlands is really that tough at all anymore after COVID.
All those schools pretty much go to the Iowa tournament.
They go to the Soldier Salute now.
Yep.
Because they canceled it during COVID, and then Iowa started the Southern Scuffle, the Soldier Salute, and then since then that tournament's kind of taken over the Midlands, and the Southern Scuffle is also just Iowa's wrestle off.
Yeah.
Essentially.
They send their guys to that, and then so North Carolina went this year.
Yeah, North Carolina has been there the last 2 years. There's definitely still good guys there, but it's nothing compared to Vegas.
And Vegas isn't anything compared to Big Tens and Nationals, depending on the weight.
Depending on the weight. Like, I would say your weight class was really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wrestled Henson, which
NCAA
was
finals match in Vegas.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
You wrestled Echemendia, who didn't wrestle in the postseason, but, I mean, I would have...
He could have hit the podium.
I wouldn't have put money on it because I was still in school, but if I had to, I would have said that Echemendia would have All-Americaned.
Bent that boy up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like that, Vegas is tough.
For sure. And, like, you look at the Penn State guys, they don't wrestle in any of that, and you kind of look at, for example...
In the grand scheme of things, first semester, Penn State wrestles a cupcake schedule.
Yeah, first of all, they don't wrestle that many times throughout the year as it is. Second of all, they don't wrestle in any tough tournament. Like, they're not going to the national duels next year. They never go to Vegas. They only wrestle tough matches when it's for some sort of trophy or medal.
They carry significant weight.
Yes, significant weight.
Nationals, Big Tens. Outside of that,
yeah.
During the college season, nothing really.
No. Especially it'll be interesting to see what it looks like a couple years from now, whenever, for recruiting reasons, because, I mean, you guys are going to get paid to go win I guess you're off the team too, but the winners of the collegiate duels, they're all going to get, what's the payout? Is it $300?
That sounds right, $250.
$250, $300, something like that. I think the
$250.
total prize pool may be like $500, something like that. But either way, you're going to get paid to go win those tournaments. So for recruiting reasons, it's going to be hard, especially as the sport grows and there's more money added to it. 5 years from now, that pool might be $1 million. So how are you going to, you know what I'm saying, compete with schools like Nebraska that go and wrestle in all these tough tournaments, and now you're going to be paid for them and say, hey, you know, you go to Penn State, they might do this, they might do that. You come here, we're going to win this tournament. You're going to get, you know, possibly $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. We're going to go win this tournament on top of, you know, being at a world-class program.
Yeah, and it also gives more incentive, like, to wrestle well. Like,
for sure.
A lot of times when we're out there wrestling, there's not a lot of money on the line, if any, and it's more of a wrestling for pride.
Yeah.
Is really what it comes down to a lot of the time. Is because I want to win, I want to compete, let's go do it. But now it's like, hey,
if you win this match, you're going to make $10,000.
Yeah.
So do with that what you may.
Do with that what you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm gone, Caleb Smith's gone, you're gone, Bubba's gone. We had not the biggest
Lenny's
graduating
gone.
class. Lenny's going to Rutgers. He's out there. My sister's out there with him. They were playing golf with Caleb Smith yesterday out there on the East Coast.
Yeah.
But
Mikey Labs is up there with them.
Labs is out there at Rutgers coaching. It's good to see, like, some of the guys that I was in my earlier classes, in your earlier classes, like, still in the sport at the college level doing their thing. Because Mike's at Rutgers.
Well, it's cool to see guys move into, like, high-level coaching jobs, too, because it just builds good connections. Like, you know what I'm saying?
CJ at Indiana.
Yup, him, Mike, you'll be a coach at some point. It's just, it's cool to watch those guys go from teammates to these guys are running programs now.
Yeah, even Colin Purrington.
Yeah.
Is he
He's at...
in Iowa. They're purple. I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember. I just talked to him not too long ago. But, yeah, he's head coach somewhere.
Is he head or is he assistant?
I believe he's the head coach.
Okay. I didn't know if he was the head or, like, associate head or...
He could be. I don't know 100%. But either way, he's high up running a program. So it's cool. And it's good connections, too, just for...
It is good connections. If those guys have someone, like, with Pern, if he has someone at the D2 level... Is he D2, NAIA?
I don't know, to be... I can't say for sure, but, I mean, he's running a program. So I mean,
he's running a program.
There's definitely guys that he could develop. He came from a high-level room. He knows what high-level techniques looks like. And
you get those high-level guys that maybe just didn't have the grades or
messed up somewhere and is looking for a way back. That'd be a good place to go and have a good path to, you know, a Nebraska, Rutgers, somewhere more high level, preferably Nebraska if they're that good. But
yeah,
either
right.
way.
Yeah, but even if they go to Rutgers, you know, go out there, help out my boy Mikey Labs. But we would definitely prefer him to stay or come to Lincoln. But we got tough recruits coming in.
Really tough.
Recruiting class for 2025 is darn good.
I think you look at a lot of the big names in the recruiting class that's graduating this year, and you hear a lot of, you know, Bo Bassett, P.J. Duke, Jax Forrest, those guys. But I think one of the guys that is just as good, but maybe not a household name, is Cade Ziola.
Cade Ziola from Nebraska, staying home, homegrown.
You look at his resume, and you look at the matches he's had. And he didn't win his U20 bracket. He lost to the Justin Rademacher kid, who went on to
was on the world team last year.
Was on the world team last year. Went on to beat Cam McDaniel in the finals, who was a medalist last year. 2 years ago, he was a medalist. And then it was a close match with Rademacher. I was there watching it. Very winnable match. And then you go on to see Rademacher win Pan Am's and then have a good senior level tournament. And
did he make the finals? Or did he lose in the semis?
I don't know. I know it was a close match. I don't remember who he lost to either, but
because he was there this weekend too.
Yeah, he wrestled. That's what I'm saying. He wrestled at the Rademacher kid wrestled at the
World Team Trials.
Senior World Team Trials,
which might be the worst ran tournament that I've ever been to.
Yeah, I wasn't there watching that one.
Dude. So it was in Louisville, Kentucky, which whatever. It wasn't great to be like walking around and stuff. The location of the venue wasn't fantastic, but like once we were in there, it stretching out. So the rules with it was it has to be like the tournament setup has to be the same as the World Championships. So it has to be a 2-day tournament, 2 scratch weigh-ins. But
we talked about this the other day, though. First of all, how is the world team? Correct me if I'm wrong, but is the World Championships wrestled where you wrestle a tournament and then a month later you wrestle a best of 3, or is it not? Is that
it's all happens?
Yeah.
In
So I don't know.
2 days.
I don't know what they're talking about with the 2 days because what was it, 8-man brackets?
I think mine was 16 with
a 16-man tournament can
6
easily
buys.
be ran in one day, and like you said with the Ian Parker match where you wrestled and then wrestled again 45 minutes later, where that kid
he had been sitting around for a day and a half.
Yeah. So
I beat him first match, and then he dropped down, wrestled once, and then I wrestled 3 more matches.
Yeah.
And then had to wrestle him the next evening.
Yeah.
It was like he had been sitting around. He got his weight off, relaxing, getting ready. He has to wrestle 1 more match, and the match was over 24 hours later.
Yeah.
And I was wrestling till about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. Got my weight off, wrestled again the next day, and then wrestled 30 minutes later. It's just, and the mats were slippery.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I wasn't there on the mats, but just watching them on TV, it was incredibly obvious that the wrestling that was happening was not the highest level it could be, because you would watch a guy he would just get thumb blocked, pushed in the shoulder, and his feet slide 6 inches backwards, and they stand perfectly still. He's stiff like a statue, and he just glides across the mat 6 inches.
And trying to shoot out there was almost impossible, because you'd go to shoot and your feet would slide out from underneath you. Which I don't know if it was just the humidity, which also made it tough because everybody was so slippery and sweaty that it was hard to like grab onto your opponent, because if they would just kind of push away, your hands would just slide off them. The mats were slippery, the wrestlers were slippery, so it was a little bit of a crapshoot. But I mean, you kind of roll with the punches. And I was sick as a dog. I was coughing all night long, all day, taking my Dayquil, NyQuil. But
while we're talking about World Team Trials, Strachey versus Takedown.
Strachey, I say yes.
I say Takedown too. I don't care what the rule says. He didn't touch an elbow, that. He had his legs all the way wrapped up.
He had him in a double leg on his
head to the outside. I don't see how that is not to, but
yeah,
the rules are what they are.
And that's the other thing with freestyle, because one ref can mess it up, but then you give it up to 3 refs. Like,
I get the rule. I just don't understand why that's the rule.
Yeah, I guess it does kind of allow for more wrestling when you're in that position on your butt with chest wraps, crotch lifts, and all the rolls and exposures that you can get in freestyle. But at some point, you have to give the credit to the offensive guy who put him in that position. Short time left, gets in on a takedown, puts him on his butt, and folk style, that's immediately 3 points.
No question. But I just don't see how the elbow makes a difference, because that's what they were looking for. They were saying either chest lock breaks or he touches an elbow. But when you're on your butt, it's easy to not touch an elbow with a chest wrap. You're already taken down. You just keep holding on. Mm-hmm. You have zero control in the position. You're just holding on.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally thought that it should have been a takedown and Strachey should have won. But the refs obviously saw it differently. And I saw the Flow guys kind of covering it, talking about it. But still, like, maybe it is just like freestyle or folk style mindedness, knowing that would have been a takedown in folk style. But I don't know. Like, you don't get much more of a takedown than that unless you get on top.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough call, and
I would have scored it.
Yeah, for sure. If I'm the ref, I would have. Yeah, I would have scored it before they let it go for a couple seconds at least. Mm-hmm. As soon as he hits his butt and his head's to the outside with his legs wrapped up.
Which I thought that was the rule. That if you're in on a double and they have a chest wrap and your head is like on their stomach, it's not a takedown. But if your head pops up or pops to the outside,
that's how it is in folk style.
Which I thought that's what it was, but it is what it is. It didn't really have a dog in that fight.
No, I didn't either, but I will say 2 whenever I see 2.
Yeah, I thought it was a takedown, but no, it is what it is. The other thing about that tournament that I didn't understand is that top 3 make the national team,
right?
But one person is sitting out in Final X. One person is going to go to Final X. Winner of that tournament goes to Final X. And if you lose in the finals there, whoever takes third
is the U20 World Team member. If
you're U20 eligible or U23 eligible.
Yeah.
But they're wrestling true third for the national team at Final X.
Really?
Yes. So Liam and Brock are both going to go to Final X to wrestle for their true third spots to make the national team. But, like, we were all in the same building. It would have been just one more match. But instead we're going to run it a month later. I like that. That to me doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense to me either, because
I get it for the world team. Sure. Let's make a promotion out of it. Let's hype it up a little bit. This is for the world team spot. Do your best 2 out of 3, however you want to do it. But like this is just to make the national team. Everybody was already at the tournament. We had all already weighed in, and now we're going to have to fly to New Jersey to wrestle one match to make the national team or not.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think it may just be for exactly what you just said, to make a promotion out of it and kind of try to grow the sport a little bit, hype it up. You see some name recognition with a lot of guys that are wrestling for the national team. Just get more guys to come watch it in person, more guys to stream it. But
if it was really about like watching it in person, they would have set up the tournament different. Because day 1 of the tournament, there was nobody. Nobody,
yeah.
It was just the senior level. And for warm-ups, on day 2, they had all senior guys had one match warm-up.
I saw on, I think it was Instagram.
Bashmania.
Yeah, guys talking about how
the kids standing on the side
are running up to the sides
autographs
of the wrestlers while they're warming up, trying to get autographs. Every single competitor is warming up on one mat. And for those of you that know what a match, 12 by 12?
No, it's bigger than that. It's like 30 by 30.
But the circle?
The circle? Oh, shoot. I don't know.
You can't wrestle right on the edge.
No, it's right around like 28, 29 feet across.
Yeah, but either way, it's not very big. You probably have, 20, 30 guys?
Mm-hmm.
And
there's about 20 guys, coaches.
For example, in our room, we have 3 full-size mats, and wherever there's 30 guys in there,
sections in between.
We have sections in between, and when there's 30 guys in our room wrestling, it's packed.
It's packed. The space fills up quick. And we were all warming up on the one mat. It was hot. Day 2, the mats weren't as slippery. I don't know if it was a humidity thing, but it was really only on those mats. The other mats were fine.
Yeah.
But they had the big USA Wrestling logo.
The big stickers have been a problem for a while.
Mm-hmm. Just haven't really seen it be that bad since probably Beat the Streets with JB and Shimizu.
Yep.
But they wrestled that one on a boat.
Yeah, outside.
They were outside on a boat in the harbor at nighttime. But once the dew set on the mat, it was an ice rink. And we had a little bit of that this year at the Campbell Duel, too.
I've never seen one of those outside duels be that successful.
The only one I can think of would be Iowa, Oklahoma State when they wrestled on the football field. But they wrestled that at like midday.
Yeah, and it was
hot out. The mats weren't going to get slippery. The sun was shining. Like, it was good. Once you wrestle in, like, when the sun's going down, it just isn't going to work out.
Yeah, wrestling's an indoor sport for sure.
For sure. Yeah. But we can get back to the recruits. So like we were talking about, Cade Ziola.
Dog.
Super tough. From Omaha.
He's been in the room last few days. Super impressed with him. He's
Yep.
been in the room for a while, last few years, but he's been in it consistently for, I think, a week now, and I've been going to practice every day, just getting to watch and stuff, and he's going to be top notch whenever
Couple times state champ.
Yep.
Couple times state champ, 3-time finalist, Fargo finalist. 2 years ago, he won Ironman.
Yep.
Tough high school season tournament. Teams from all over the country. Where is that one? Is that one in Ohio?
I want to say so, yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Could be in
Walsh
Pennsylvania.
Jesuit High School in Ohio. Tough tournament. People fly in. Lots of private schools go. Lots of public schools go. That's a tough one. Winning that's huge. Then last year, he won Who's Number One?
Yep.
Which Flow Wrestling puts that event on. They bring in the number 1 or number 2, as close as they can get to the top 2 ranked guys to come in and wrestle for who's going to start the season at number 1. So, and he was the first Nebraska wrestler to win either one of those. To win a match at Who's Number One or to win Ironman.
Like from the state ever?
From the state ever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of high schools in Nebraska go to Ironman. Like
Yeah.
I don't think any schools from Idaho.
My high school didn't. And I went to a pretty big high school. We weren't great at wrestling, but we're getting better. And not one time did we go to any major level national tournament during the season.
I was trying to. My coach was trying to send me to Ironman.
I was trying to go alone, and my AD wouldn't let me.
The same thing with me.
Yeah.
They said if the whole team can't go, nobody's gonna go. But they were only gonna allow like 7 or 8 of our guys to get in. They're like, if the whole lineup's not going, then nobody can go.
Yeah.
We went to the Clash, the dual tournament in Minnesota. That was pretty good. Wrestled P-Rob's team. We almost wrestled Montini Catholic. That was the year they were ranked number 1.
Yeah.
They were really good that year. So there were tough teams there. Gable was wrestling there. Apple Valley. Kirk's team was there. Daniel Kirk-Liet. Like, there were tough teams there.
For sure.
That's a good event. Especially, like, for duels. That was a really good event. But they wouldn't let me go to Doc B in California. They wouldn't let me go to Ironman. Beast of the East, which are really those 3 are like the main high school season tournaments that are like national level. But we also have Ty Ice coming in from Colorado, projected to be a 74-pounder. He won Super 32.
Yep.
Preseason national tournament, super tough. Did you ever go to Super 32?
I did, yeah. It's challenging for sure.
I never went to Super 32.
I went once. It's tough. There's a few high school tournaments that come to mind that aren't regular season tournaments, like we were just talking about, where it's Beast of the East and Ironman and stuff like that are significant to win.
Super 32.
Fargo
postseason.
I would say postseason. I don't think it's as tough as it used to be, but for whenever I was in high school, postseason, Fargo, and Super 32 were the tournaments to go to outside of the wrestling season. If you won one of those, you were that guy.
You got yourself a Division I scholarship for winning one of those tournaments.
100%.
But Ty Ice, Super 32 champ. Last year, he was the Colorado most outstanding wrestler, just across the board. 2-time state champ, 3-time finalist. He's ranked number 2 at his weight right now in high school, number 18 on the class of 25 board.
In a heat class.
Heat class. There's a lot of tough dudes in that weight.
That carries a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm. This 2025 class is actually special.
Yes.
There's a lot of tough dudes in there. Jake Hockaday from Indiana. They have him projected as 133. When I hung out with him on his visit, 33 is going to be pushing it. Pretty sure he was wrestling 38 this year, maybe 32. But he's going to be
41, 49.
He's a killer, yeah. 3-timer. He was the Indiana Wrestler of the Year this year. I think he might have won his 4th state title this year. I'm not totally sure on that, though.
That's what we were talking about earlier, but, I mean, either way, Indiana's pretty tough. They're only one class, so a state title there carries more weight than it does in, some states with more classes. Definitely someone to watch out for.
And last year, he took 3rd at Fargo and took 3rd at Super 32.
Yeah.
Tough.
Really tough.
Hockaday's tough. That's a big pickup. Nikkei Zinkin from California. Projected to be a 49-pounder. That's my boy. He good dude. Clovis High School. I think he's a 2-time state champ now.
Yeah.
Won it in 23, won it in 25, I believe.
Yeah, I think he just won it this last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been up quite a bit. Seems like he's already pretty much got some good friends with Ziola and some of the other guys, Lordson.
Okay, yeah, no. So what I'm looking at right now, this was posted last year. So Ty Ice won another state title. I'm pretty sure that Ziola is a 3-timer now. Hockaday won his 4th. Yeah. Yep, that's what's going on. So, yep. Zinkin, 4-time place winner in California. 1 division. The whole state of California has 1 state tournament.
Yep.
He finished first, 4th, and 5th, which, that's pretty good. Number 7 ranked at his weight at 145. Like, Zinkin's tough.
Yeah. It's another tough weight.
Then
It's a good class.
It is a good class. Then we got another Omaha boy coming in, Abdi. Abdi's tough. Omaha Brian.
He was at practice this morning wrestling with Taylor. Yep, he's a good dude. Me and him became buddies on his visit, just playing video games.
Abdi's cool.
Smack talking off the bat. He's a good dude. Already jumped into the post practice. Who's the UFC GOAT? Who's going to win this fight? Duplessis, Kamzat. He's a good dude. He'll fit in well.
Multiple time placer at Fargo, state champ. Abdi's tough, and that's we got multiple Nebraska boys coming in, and so I guess we can get into way too early lineup looks, I guess. But don't go anywhere. More Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling comes your way next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling. I'm Rich Lovett, and here with me today, Adam Tebow. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Stevens & Smith Construction. Yeah, so way too early lineup look. 25. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, Lawrence and Kayla are both savages, but I think they have a really successful season. It's going to be interesting to see, just because I think they do have a little bit different styles, in my opinion, too.
Yeah. When I watch Kale Lordson wrestle, I see a little bit of me.
His re-attacks are really good. He's a little bit lankier.
Yep.
He's fast.
Lanky. He's pretty quick. He does some slick stuff. And we both worked with Delchev and those guys. So, I can see some similarities. I think with Kale, he just needs to be a little more developed, for real.
Yeah.
He's still young. He looks like
they're
a
freshmen
kid.
still.
They're freshmen.
Yeah.
But he's figuring it out. He's doing well. Unfortunate at U20s? Was he at U20s?
Yeah, he was at U20s. I was there watching
he was
for
up
that.
8-0 and got stepped over.
It might have been 9-0. He was going for the last gut wrench to ice the match. And
to end the match.
To end the match, and got stepped over and pinned, which in freestyle, touch fall ends it. So, really unfortunate, and then wrestled some hammers on the backside.
He won 7 in a row.
First match on the backside, Vinny Kilkery, fire match.
And he busted his head open.
His head open.
He was out there wrestling with stitches and
that was like the fourth match, and then he continued to wrestle for 3 more matches after that, and then that tournament is just super tough, and he wrestled like a dog. So he didn't
disappoint.
No, he
didn't.
The
first match was unfortunate.
Yeah, he didn't have the finish that he wanted to, but he's a dog. He wrestled like a dog. Wrestling's hard. Sometimes that happens.
Kaler's tough. Been in the room for a few years. He has a little more experience. He's gotten a few chances to step into the lineup when Caleb was out. It's going to be a heater, bro.
It's going to be a heater. They're both really good. I don't think we can go wrong either way.
For me personally, looking like where we're at now, I see both of them wrestling in the lineup at different times.
Yeah, I see a late season wrestle off potentially.
Mm-hmm. Late season wrestle off to see who's going to wrestle in the postseason. But both those guys I see having success.
For sure.
Both those guys can figure it out, get over the hump, and really start to make some noise.
Especially
at 25.
That's the thing we were talking about earlier with the preseason and kind of being advantageous with Chance Lamer to start halfway through the season, there's a lot of rooms where you're not going to wrestle a guy at your weight every single day, where there's two guys that could easily be nationally ranked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Easily. And there's not many rooms where you're like, yeah, I'm going into the room, and not only am I scrapping for a spot every single day, but the dude who, say I win the spot, the dude behind me is not going to wrestle me any less hard, and he could easily be ranked the same as me, higher than me. He's, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's a heat room we have going on right now, especially with the recruits we were just talking about coming in. We're going to be set up for the next few years, just on this class coming in and who we have right now alone.
Mm-hmm. And then looking at 33, returning All-American Jake Van D. But so right now, to me, Jake gets the nod.
Yeah.
Returning All-American.
Yeah.
He's been in the lineup for 2 years, won lots of big matches, won top 5 ranked matches.
Yeah, beats Ragusin every single time.
Beats
ranked
Braxton
really
every
high
time.
Before he got hurt. I don't see a scenario where Jake doesn't start, barring, God forbid, an injury.
Yeah. But Omar Ayub's tough.
Really tough.
Omar's tough.
Really tough.
He was a redshirt this year, came in with a knee issue, had to have knee surgery at the end of his high school season. But Omar's tough.
Really tough. Yeah.
He it's the same thing at 33 as it is at 25.
I mean, you look at 33 the last few years, though. I mean, we had Berwick, we had...
well, 33's always been kind of a question mark weight for us.
Yeah, we had Dom Serrano, who turned out to be really good. He ended up transferring and having pretty good success at Northern Colorado. I mean, we've always had
matches in nationals, couple-time qualifier. Serrano's tough, but even I wrestled 33.
Yeah,
the year before me, it was someone else, and
it's
the year
always been
before that, it was someone else. Yeah. It's always been kind of like a weight that, because 25, you get the guys that come in and they're probably going to stay small.
Yeah.
But if they're not, the 33 pounders, a lot of times they start to outgrow 33.
Yeah.
I was too big for 33.
I don't think Vandy's going to outgrow it for at least one more year, though. He'll be bare minimum.
We're in a good spot there with him. 41. Brock Hardy.
Yeah. Returning national finalist.
3-time All-American.
Bet the house
People's champ.
Yeah, he's going to win a national title. He's a dog.
Mm-hmm. One of the best teammates you could ask for.
For sure.
In World Team Trials finalist.
Yep.
Took second this past weekend. Had the tight match with Real Woods. The score was a little bit
I would not say the score
match.
Reflects the match at all. Every position was tight. Mm-hmm. Tons of takedowns that could have went to Brock Hardy, got turned into a chest wrap.
Cheesy takedown that Real Woods scored first right off the bat. And they gave him 2, and I didn't think it was a takedown. But, that's the other thing with challenging. You can throw the brick and they'll stop the match and they'll go back and review it. But if you lose the challenge and they don't change the score, then your opponent gets a point and you lose your challenge for the rest of the match. So, I mean, I didn't see a problem with the coaches holding on to that brick. I think that we would have won that challenge. I think the takedown would have got wiped off, but that was 20 seconds in the match. There's still 5.5 minutes left of wrestling, and you got Brock Hardy out there. Mm-hmm. Why stop it right now when you can get it going?
Especially whenever I don't know if I've ever seen Brock Hardy
wrestle
a match where he has a conditioning issue.
Yeah,
that's not a problem for him. So, I agree with the no challenge early in the match.
And then there was a couple more spots where it was buzzer beater points. Was it not?
So close to a takedown.
And then it's now do you want to throw the brick? Because we're down by 4 or 5. So now we're going to make it down by 6, or do we hold the brick for later?
It's tough.
That's the tough part about coaching freestyle in brick management when you want to use your challenges. But Brock Hardy,
which also, tip my hat to Real Woods. He is good.
He is good.
You know what I'm saying?
National finalist, multiple-time All-American, was doing it in Stanford, transferred, came into the Big Ten, went to Iowa, and continued to do it there, which is a tough transition.
Tough transition from Stanford.
You see it a lot from kids transferring from outside the Big Ten into the Big Ten, and you kind of start seeing them kind of go on that roller coaster ride. It's they win big matches, they lose matches, because it's a different ballgame in the Big Ten.
Especially at Iowa where, kind of notorious for a little bit of overtraining, maybe having guys beat up going into the postseason.
Absolutely. But 49, like we were talking about earlier, Chance Lamer, going to be coming in mid-semester. But Scotty Robertson,
is
going to be in there. Blake Cushing.
Yep. Another Nebraska guy. Two
Nebraska boys.
Yep. Both tough. I think Des Gartrell is going down to 49.
Des coming down to 49. So Ohio boy, same school as Omar. And we'll see those guys scrapping it out for the spot first semester, and then Lamer's going to be trying to break in second semester. What I see with them is Des needs to shrink his body a little bit. He's a little big for 49.
For sure.
He's going to be pulling some weight. So if he can figure that out, he'll be fine. But it's a tough thing to figure out.
Scotty's in the same boat as me, going through ACL rehab.
Yep, Scotty's going. He got his ACL. And then Cushing, I see Cushing opposite of Des. He needs to get bigger.
Yeah. Scotty tore his ACL the same time I tore mine. I had surgery.
Scotty, I'm pretty sure he tore his in the Michigan State duel.
Yeah, but I'm saying had surgery just for like recovery reasons. So I had surgery like mid-March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I mean, he's not going to be wrestling until like December anyway, probably.
Yeah, which, I mean, we start competing late October, early November.
Which, I mean, you could push it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to be in there all summer long.
For sure,
Getting better, doing his rehab, getting back. But Scotty's tough, Blake's tough, Dez is tough, and then obviously Lamer's tough too. Multiple-time starter for other schools, started at Michigan, started multiple years at Cal Poly, national qualifier multiple times, just hasn't quite put it together at the national tournament, which we were talking about that earlier too, just like the whole season really comes down to 5 matches.
Well, having the skill set too, this is where I think Nebraska is just excels. Having a good wrestler come in who clearly has the skill set to wrestle high-level opponents just based on his past performances of being a multiple-time national qualifier. I feel like Nebraska is one of the best places on the planet to go and develop the skills that you already have, especially in a short amount of time. You kind of look at Caleb Smith going from 0-time All-American. I think he went 0-2 at Nationals the year before. Comes in and I had him in my national title talks.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
In 1 year. So I think that, bringing a guy in who is already good and has short time, just coming into a place like Nebraska where I feel like we are really good at peaking our athletes and really just developing and honing in skills, I think he's got a really good opportunity to make some noise.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. But at 49, I think I would lean Lamer second semester. First semester, maybe lean Blake.
Yeah.
It's
tough with Scotty being hurt.
It's tough with Scotty being hurt, and we're going to have to see how Des does with
how
weight
he
cut.
cuts his weight. 100%. That's we're on the same page.
Yeah. 57, returning national champ, Antrell Taylor, pretty much.
Yeah.
That one's set in stone.
We got a national champion returning. It's hard. Yeah, I wouldn't even. 57, Antrell Taylor.
Yep. that easy work right there. My boy Trell, he's going to be out there chasing number 2. And best of luck to him next season. I'm going to be in there doing everything I can to make sure that he repeats.
100%.
Helping him out. 65. That's where
I believe Tofi's going 65 again.
I think so too.
Yeah. So
but pulling a lot of weight. Tofi's big.
He is.
All-American as a freshman.
Mm-hmm. 4th in a tough weight class. Made the semis, had some upsets along the way, beat multiple top 5 guys. Lost to Messenbrink, who's really tough, and then his only other loss in the postseason was to Peyton Hall, who's gone.
Yep, Peyton Hall's graduated. So, outside, he was hurt at Big Tens. He got hurt.
Yeah.
Busted up his ankle pretty good. But, so Big Tens is you can kind of scratch that. He was hurt. But got better for Nationals. Was in the room every day doing his rehab with Weeda, getting right.
Mm-hmm.
And wrestled a heck of a tournament. That boy was putting it together.
Yeah.
Wrestling well. But, I wasn't surprised by Tofi hitting the podium. As high as he did, maybe. But breaking onto the podium,
you wrestle guys every day in the room. You know what they're capable of. You see them wrestle other guys like Lenny, LJ, me. What these guys are capable of. And, yeah, I definitely wasn't surprised whenever he hit the podium. But he definitely had some fire upsets and had to put together an awesome tournament.
His quarterfinal match against Bear Claw was sick. Last second reversal to get it done. That was Tofi was
takedown.
It was a takedown. He got away and then took him down.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That boy Tofi did the darn thing. Went out there and was scrapping, put it together. I was impressed and proud of the way that he wrestled. He
100%.
really
savage.
And that pretty much describes his wrestling style.
Especially also as a freshman, being able to do that in those big-time moments with such little experience coming in halfway through the season is impressive.
Yeah, wrestled like he'd been there before. It was impressive. 74.
LJ
Arujau. World U20 bronze medalist.
Yep,
for Brazil. He went down there a couple weeks ago, made the team again. So he's going to be is he still U20? He is U20.
Yeah, he's on the U20.
Boy's a youngin'.
Yep, still on the world team for Brazil again this year. I think he said, I want to say maybe there was some sort of controversy that he's going through right now with Brazil for making the world team, but I don't know 100%. But either way, LJ should be on the world team.
100%.
If he's not,
he won their first medal ever.
Yeah, if he's not, it's going to be some sort of weird thing that Brazil pulls to get, I guess, a local on the team. But they can do what they want. LJ's the guy for Brazil, and
he's going to be our 74-pounder is what it's looking like. And North Dakota boy, tough, had success in high school, and he's going to be a problem. He's good.
Really good.
I'm excited to see what LJ can do out there. 84, Silas Allred is what it's sounding like. Think he's going to make the cut down again.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, I think
finally broke onto the podium, got it done. You know, three-time qualifier. Now he's an All-American, going to be going in with a new set of confidence. The weight cut, everything that he was doing last summer to get it done. You know, he did.
I think we also with the combination of Tofi, LJ, Silas. I think obviously Silas can't go down any further. I don't think this will happen, but I think if needed, I do think LJ could go 65 and Tofi go 74.
I could see those two switching. Silas couldn't go down anymore.
No, absolutely not. And with Lenny still there, Lenny obviously was ranked 3rd in the country at 84. If he was still here, possibly, Silas back to 97. But with him gone,
do we see Cam McDaniel at 97 again?
I would say so. I mean,
because he has a red shirt. I don't see us using it this year. Maybe I see Cam McDaniel again, freshman All-American, true freshman All-American, came in and got it done. Wrestled well, wrestled tough. Some of those
had a lot of his
out.
losses were razor thin
to top 10 ranked guys. We talked about that a few weeks ago or like a month ago on the show about all the guys that he wrestled, like how his record wasn't great, but it was like all 10 of his losses were to guys ranked in the top 10.
Yeah.
And that's just part of wrestling the Big Ten.
Yeah. You look at the UNI guy, he lost to Cardenas by what, a takedown?
The Iowa kid's gone, Cardenas is gone. That weight's going to clear out a little bit. Which you see that a lot with those upper weights. Yeah. Heavyweight, Harley Andrews.
Yep.
Could see maybe a red shirt poll, see what Ziola's. But I feel that
No, I think Ziola's too. I think a red shirt is going to be super beneficial for Ziola just because he is a little bit undersized right now. And him having a full year to develop just size-wise, he'll then have a full career ahead of him, you know what I'm saying?
And be at a decent size to compete at heavyweight.
Yeah, I got Harley at heavyweight.
I'd agree with that.
He's been working hard in the off season. He had some tough losses, but he just from me being talked to, me and him are pretty close. You're close with him as well. He's super committed to developing size, technique this off season, and I'm excited for a
breakout season.
100%.
Don't go anywhere. More Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling comes your way next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Back to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday with Husker Wrestling. I'm Rich Lovett. In the studio with me, Adam Tebow. So, lineup's looking pretty good next year. I can definitely see us getting another trophy. I don't get to help with that directly, but I can help indirectly in the room, helping those guys get better. But what? I've heard a couple different things. Are we going to Vegas next year?
No, we're not going to Vegas. We're going to the national duels, which for me, this being my last year, not being on the team anymore, super excited to go watch that.
That's going to be
Oklahoma City. Super excited to kind of just get to be a fan of the sport now. Watch my boys compete. There's a lot of money on the line for that tournament. A bunch of good teams. I'm pretty sure every major team that is like
all the blue bloods are going to be there.
Yeah, any top 10 team outside of Penn State, I believe.
Because how they did like a
it was an invitation
lottery.
Process. Was it?
They did a lottery, so I think it's like the top 4. Is it 8 teams are going?
I think like
12,
something like that.
So I think it might have been like the top 8 at nationals get automatic invites.
4 lottery.
And then they did the other 4 lotteries, or I guess 5 lottery because Penn State's not going.
Yeah, because I know us, Iowa, Oklahoma State's going, UNI's going. We had a tough loss to them in the dual season this year. Looking to get that back at the.
I know Lehigh's going. I think maybe Rutgers is going. Flow Wrestling put out a post on Instagram because they ran the lottery.
Yeah.
And they had some scoring with it where it's like depending on what place you took or All-Americans, I don't know how they did it, you got more lottery balls. So it was like Lehigh had like 10 balls in this thing. So it was like they had a pretty good shot of getting in. But I don't totally know how they did their criteria for that, but it's going to be a good event.
Heat. I'm excited to see kind of the dual format of things come back into play because before we never really had dual tournaments of any kind in college. That's kind of something you see in high school. Back in the day, there used to be college dual tournaments, but I can't think of any since I've been really like involved. They
did one at Journeyman, I believe. They used to do one at Journeyman. Like the first couple days, like the first day would be like duels, and the second day would be a tournament.
Yeah, but that wasn't a dual tournament. It was you wrestle some duels, and then the next day is an individual tournament.
They just put you in pods and you wrestle a couple teams.
Yeah.
They do it with like the collegiate duels as well, but again, that's the same format.
Yeah.
Like you're in a pool of 4.
Yeah.
You wrestle those teams, and the next day you do a tournament.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see the actual dual tournament style wrestling come back to Division I.
Move on. That'll be fun.
Super fun.
Tulsa was a good time. Is it in Tulsa?
I believe it's in Oklahoma City.
Is it at Paycom?
I think it's at the BOK. I think it's at the same spot as Nationals.
That was in Tulsa.
Was it?
Yeah. So it's either at the BOK in Tulsa or...
No, it's 100% at the Paycom because Chad Richardson's sponsoring the whole thing.
Okay. Yep. That's a fire donor for Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Man. And saw David Taylor on TV on ESPN at the Oklahoma City Nuggets game.
Yep.
That was kind of funny because the announcers were talking about it like he was just a fan. They're like, oh, he's so excited, blah, blah, blah. He's mind blown. But really, it was like... That's the Oklahoma State head coach.
Yeah,
everybody
Olympian.
Oklahoma's a big wrestling state. They love them some cowpokes.
Oklahoma State's been pretty well. I believe there's only a few wrestling programs that generate a profit, and I think
they're
that's
one of them.
I believe it's just
they're in like the same boat as Iowa with selling out duels.
I think we're just on the cusp, and I think if a couple more seasons of the attendance we had this last year, I feel like we have to be. Because right now it's just 3, I think. I think it's just Penn State, Iowa, and Oklahoma State.
Yeah. But we're close.
So close.
And then that'll be a big change. But yeah, so like I said at the beginning of the show, this one's recorded. I'm gonna be in Hawaii when this one's airing, running a camp out there, doing a little vacation, taking my girlfriend with me, happy graduation. You're off to Miami.
Done. This is my last week in Lincoln. It's bittersweet. It's been great with the team. I love Nebraska till I die. But, yeah, I'm going to go back home for a little bit and then off to Miami to start my career. It'll be definitely a change of pace from the Nebraska wrestling team, all the guys and crazy stuff that goes on to being a financial advisor. But it's been great. I love it here and can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck to you going on with that. So May 31st, I'm running a camp in Lincoln at Lincoln Christian High School. $10 to come. You get a T-shirt, cheap, just quick little weekend camp. Going to have a big announcement there. So, yeah, next week on the next show, I'll have another big announcement and, get some stuff really going. But I'll be around. Going to be running camps, Lincoln, Omaha. I don't think I have any more scheduled yet in Nebraska. So if you're looking for camps, hit me up. August is wide open for me. I know that's football season, but it's never too late, never too early to start getting better at some wrestling.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, at Lovett. Still shirts on my Instagram. Hit up my boy Adam Tebow, Instagram plug.
Adam_Tebow, hit me up.
Yes, sir. If you're in the Miami area and you want some wrestling, maybe you jump out there in some of those fighting gyms, show those boys what's up.
100%. Let me know.
Heck yeah. Thank you. That was Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket.